she has become weirdly like a divisive figure, and I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh, people really don't like her. And I was like, okay. I don't know. I never thought about it in that way. Like I felt like after the Hunger Games thing was over, she kind of just didn't really exist in terms of like the things that I was interested in for years. So like I wasn't even like looking for this film either. It's just that it just showed up and it just happened to be really good. Um but I guess in terms of like her persona and like people being interested in the stuff that she's making, I guess she has been kind of a figure of like she seems like a polarizing figure, and I don't know where exactly that came from. And I felt like people didn't like her because they thought she was obnoxious and stuff. Like she had like a shtick or whatever. And I guess the other movies that she had done, like Passengers and what was that other one with Red Sparrow, something, didn't do well. She did an amazing job in Mother, by the way. Like if you guys haven't seen that, Mother, she killed that role. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go as far back as like I initially stated earlier in terms of her best performances. Mother was a great performance. I know people didn't like that film and they felt it was confusing, and people have very conflicting feelings about Darren Aronofsky as a director, but I will say she did an amazing job in that. So for me, it was never her ability to be a good actor. I always felt like she had that. Now, did she phone in some performances? Absolutely. And that might have been the issue. Like, there were definitely performances where she did not give her best. I guess in these, again, smaller, indie, weird kind of movies, like that's where she does her best work for me. I just think that she didn't know how to be a star. Like I don't know. The whole myth of like, or maybe it's not a myth, maybe it's actually true. People being media trained and stuff like that. But also, like, just back in the day when you were a celebrity, like your mystique was kind of everything. Like, you didn't let people know who you really were. And then as time has gone on, authenticity has become the most important thing in terms of being a public figure. And I think when she started, that she was still in that transition of like, you had your traditional movie stars, and then you had this kind of new class of actors. And she is a person who was like, she was from Kentucky, and like I think she stopped going to school after a while. Like she wasn't really like, she was very, very normal. And so trying to be famous or even know how to even navigate that stuff seemed like it was a very foreign thing for her. And she never actually kind of understood how to do it right. It always kind of seemed like whatever she did put off certain groups of people. And so I understand, and I actually felt for her a lot because like that's very difficult to know how to like navigate that when you are in your 20s. All of this stuff is new to you. You're getting so much attention and money. Like it's very confusing. So, but I also think that now she's older, she's married, she has a job, like her life is completely different from what it was back then. And so I think the roles that she's choosing now is reflective of that. And this was a good example of kind of just a shift of just growing up, like, and just having different responsibilities, and your mind is just on different things. And I think she did, honestly, she could have ended up in like really bad situations. I think she did all right. I don't think she should be inspiring strong emotions for anyone, really. Like, she's just an actress. Like, just let her do her thing.